So growing your mailing list can help you in turn generate revenue. And that's as simple as making sure that your website link is on every single platform that you have signed up for. Um, some people don't have a website. I always suggest for a business, that should be your number one priority. And again, um, by using social media for your business, you're able to drive more revenue. So earlier I mentioned that you are able to, for example, on Instagram or Facebook, shop directly on your website. If we even take it to Pinterest, for example, if you search on Pinterest for a decor item, you can click the photo, and that photo will take you to the website, and then what? Turn a profit. So using social media for your business is definitely important. Examples of social media sites for business include Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and there are a plethora of other sites. But these are the most recognized. I miss LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is definitely an account or a site that I always suggest that business owners, no matter who you are, no matter what you do, you definitely want to set up a LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn allows you to connect with other people who are doing exactly what you're doing. LinkedIn is like the professional version of Facebook and Instagram. People that are on LinkedIn, they're either looking for a job, they're looking for a resource, they're looking for knowledge. So if you're really trying to set yourself apart, make sure you create that account. Also, LinkedIn has high SEO. So what that means is if you set up your LinkedIn account and someone just types your name in Google, on that first page, your name will definitely pop up with your picture and your about and your whole profile. So I always suggest signing up for LinkedIn. Okay. How to increase engagement on Instagram. So I'm talking about Instagram right now because I made it a mission that for my master classes this month, I am going to be answering questions through education. So these are some of the questions that I received. How do I increase my engagement on Instagram? I just don't get it. I don't understand. It's very simple. You don't have to be like a master, marketeer to really make Instagram work for you. So first I want to start off with this screenshot from our client. Her name is Deja. She's freaking a superstar. She has a brand called Raw Power. And I included this because it is a form of a review based on what is going on with us this week. So on Monday, we started our social media rollout for her brand. So this is a screenshot from how her account looked. So prior to us working together, you see that, she was posting, but then you see Monday, you see that blue bar, it's all the way up here. Why? Because we started our rollout. So we made sure that we rolled out, some graphics that had something to do with her new collection that's coming. We started just working on different strategies. We researched hashtags that worked for her, and in one day we were able to see a 208% increase. Okay, so I wanted to include that review because a lot of people say, I can help you with your social media. I'm not trying to sell a dream or anything like that. I'm trying to share gems that have worked for me and that work for my clients, because honestly, in this day and age, social media I don't want to say it can make or break a business, but it can definitely help propel a business. There are people that are retiring that are under 30 years old just because they figured out how to make social media work for them. So these are a few basic key points that I like to share. One of them would be post on your stories at least 5 to 7 times a day. Oh my God, that's so much. I don't have time. I do this, I do that. So those are some excuses that I hear when I tell these or share these tips with clients or with friends. Now, honestly, if you think about it, whether you are waiting at a red light, if we're being honest, or you're at lunch with your friends, or you're at work and you're scrolling and you're scrolling and you're scrolling, that time is time that you could be using for yourself and your business, right? So instead of scrolling, you can. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Okay, I'm gonna reshare it. Tell me what you guys can see. Can you guys see my screen? Let's see. Ooh. Can you guys see? Someone unmute themselves if you don't mind, because I can't see.
Yes, I can see.
Okay, so I'm gonna just make it a little bit smaller then. And I'll reshare, start share screen. Okay, so can you guys see this? I'm sorry to keep asking.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll send this PDF to everyone, if that makes it easier, in case you guys missed some of the stuff. Um, okay. Let's see here. So posting on your stories at least 5 to 7 times a day, although it may seem like a lot, it's honestly gonna take the space of the time of you scrolling. So what I always suggest is, even if it's you resharing old posts of yours or old product pictures or throwback Thursday pictures, for example, posting 5 to 7 times, it allows your account to seem like it's, there's some action there. That's what your customers want to know. They want to know that you're alive, that you're real, that, your products exist. So that is key. Every single day, 5 to 7 times a day. Interact with others online. So I will make an excuse, and my excuse will be that when I'm on social media, most of the times I'm there for work purposes, right? So I manage at least 10 accounts right now. So honestly, I would say that my engagement, my personal engagement, has been a little bit lower this year as a whole because of the amount of accounts that I've been managing. My focus is more so on the clients and making sure that their engagement is high. But aside from me, what I would suggest to you is, be organic. If you see something on social media, even though the algorithm kind of hides people's accounts, if you see something that you like it. You know what I'm saying? Comment on it, because that in turn will make sure that your posts are on the timeline as well. And that goes for Instagram, that goes for Facebook. We'll get into the other ones a little bit later, because YouTube and LinkedIn, for example, those work differently. But definitely interact with others online. Okay. Use captions and hashtags that are eye-catching and thought-provoking. So that's a two-part thing to unload. First of all, the use of captions. Now, aside from the amazing wordsmith in here, Tiara, I'm pretty sure that captions can be like a pain on everyone's behind, right? Captions are not as hard as as people make it seem to be. And how I break it down is, okay, you have different methods for posting captions. One method can be to post a caption that you feel like is a quote that is inspirational to whatever is going on in the photo, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it has nothing to do with it, but it's a quote that you like, but you feel like it's thought-provoking or eye-catching. Another way to figure out a caption would be to describe exactly what's going on in that picture. Either you can be completely brutally honest, or you can paint like a picture through words. Or the third thing, which I love, is testimonial style. So if you follow my personal account, how I approach my account is coming more from a personal space, not necessarily like a diary, but when people read my captions, I feel like they feel like it's very I don't know, I'm just being open and transparent with them. Those are quick ways to come up with captions. Another way is, of course, song lyrics. But if you get stuck, I always say, either find an inspirational quote, a lyric, a poem, or make it, a personal testimony. And then as far as hashtags, hashtag integration is very important. What that means is making sure that you spend time researching what are the top hashtags that people are searching. Now, there's been a great debate. Should you use 7 hashtags or should you use 15 hashtags? To start, when it comes to Instagram specifically, you're only allowed to add 30 hashtags. Now, different people have approaches with how things should look. When I'm managing accounts, I like the more clean aesthetic. So what I do is, I post a caption, I hit the space bar, again, and then I include my hashtags. Some people post the dashes in between their captions and their hashtags. Some people also post like the little dots. Some people post lines. There are different ways that people like. But when it comes to me, for example, and how I'm managing other people's accounts, I make sure that things are just very clean cut. Just because people's minds, like their attention span when they're looking at a photo, particularly, is very short. When it comes to a video, it's also very short. So you want to make sure that your captions and your hashtags are everything just seems very clean cut, in my opinion. So yeah, hashtags, that requires research. That's something that I can't give you, but what I will say is that you always want to include your brand name or your business name. You always want to include a slogan if you have one that's been trademarked or that you don't mind sharing. And you also want to include location. So let's say you are, I don't know, let's say that you are a painter or something, right? And you're based out of Baltimore, for example. In your hashtags, you want to include either the city or the region or the state that you're in, because you never know what consumers are coming to that area or researching that area, and you want your photo to pop up as something that's being searched. So definitely always include your geo tag or your location in your hashtags. Okay. Ads. All right. Another question. Do ads really work? So the cat is out of the bag. Ads do work. Social media ads are effective, but only work if set up properly. So these are just 3 tips. So 1, you want to run your ads from an ad manager or business center. 2, you want to make sure you understand your target audience. 3, you want to make sure that when you set up your budget for your ad, that it is at least $15 to $50 per day if you're looking for an ROI and clicks. So let's run that back. Okay, number 1. Instagram and Facebook have made it very easy for the average person to be able to click that button to, create an ad. But what they're not telling the average person is that that's kind of a waste of money. So when they first rolled out the button, it was $5. Then it will become $10. Then sometimes if you go to Facebook and you notice that one of your posts has a lot of engagement, it'll say, hey, boost this for $15. All of that is just a way to generate money for them, if I'm being honest. Now, I can't say that this is, completely factual from them. I didn't interview them, I didn't ask them, but honestly, if you break it down, if the average person doesn't know how ads work and you're telling them to just click $5 and they're not putting in any research, they're not understanding who their market is, they don't understand what they're trying to do, then isn't that like gambling? In a way, it's like, you're just betting on yourself, or you're betting on that the ad would work. So if we start from the beginning, when you set up an ad, I always suggest, unless you hire an agency, like our agency, for example, you always want to make sure that you run your ads from an ad center or from a business center. That can be Facebook business. That could be if you have Shopify or Wix. Both of those websites allow you to create ads from their side, and then it like publishes it on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, Google or whatever you choose. You want to always set it up from there. Setting it up from that little quick button from Instagram, for example, if you're not paying attention, you're just clicking whatever, you're clicking automatic, you're clicking, if you've gone through the ads, then you know what I'm talking about. You just go through it really quickly and you don't realize that there's more that goes into it. Okay, 2. Excuse me. Shameless plug. Uncle Nair's time. Control L.
Full screen. So I can see your presentation.
Can you guys see my screen?
You still see the slide that said do ads really work?
Awesome. Okay. So 2, you want to make sure you understand your target audience. So target audience, that's a big word too. That's a word that's very broad that a lot of people don't understand. So what I would say is when you first created your business, right? Or you first thought about your brand, or you first realized like, oh, I have a product that's selling, or I have a business that's selling. I'm sure you thought about your why, hopefully, because that's definitely essential. But aside from your why, I'm sure you thought about, okay, this is my demographic. This is who I want to reach. Whether it's all women, men and women, LGBT community, Latinos, I don't know, Pacific Island, like whatever. I'm pretty sure at some point you thought, okay, I want my products or services to reach this demographic. And if you didn't, that's okay. You still have time. What you want to do is you want to write all this down. You want to make sure you break down who your audience is. Who do you want to reach? What is your goal? Okay. Do you want the entire United States to know about you? Do you want to be an international brand? Who locally knows you? Who locally are you reaching? I'm saying that this is important because when it comes to ads, you want to make sure that you are including that when you're setting your ads up. You want to make sure you include who your target audience is, because if you just set it up to do its own automatic thing, what people don't realize is that your ad circulates to the same people instead of reaching others, instead of reaching a different demographic or the demographic that you specifically want to reach. So take us for example. If we have an event coming up and we set up an ad, we won't set that ad up for the entire United States or for the islands or for, internationally. We make sure that we set up the ad directly where we want our consumers to see it. Okay, so number 3, making sure that when you set up your budget that you're spending $15 to $50. So going back to the initial buttons with the $5 to $10 boosts. So you want to make sure that when you are setting up your ad that you actually have set aside money to the side so that you can invest that in ads. Because paying $5 to $10, for example, doesn't really, it will not really, you won't really see like the results. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's going to circulate only with a small amount of people. The more money you spend and the more time your ad is running, the more people you'll reach. Now this one, the securing your account against hackers. I probably should have included the screenshot from 2 weeks ago when we were devastated momentarily because one of our clients and friends, Ayla, who's on this call with us, so her event called the Power Brunch Tour, that account was disabled. And initially when that happens, we've dealt with that with reality stars, we've dealt with that with businesses, with different people. This isn't the first time. So we know that when your account is disabled in a certain way, that means that honestly, people have been reporting your account. Now that comes from, I don't know, people being haters, or maybe you're posting explicit content. Maybe there are copyright infringements like that have just, like maybe you're posting stuff that belongs to other people. There's so many different reasons why they disable your account. They just don't disable it for the heck of it. So this is something that I wanted to talk about because a lot of people have been experiencing this problem, and there are so many different reasons why. So here are a few tips. Number 1, you want to pick a strong password. So that doesn't mean picking something that you use for other accounts. That means creating a new password with different symbols and different styles that's like no other, and making sure you remember that either in your head, in your notes, in your diary, wherever you put your information. You want to make sure that you pick a strong password. Number 2, you want to turn on 2-factor authentication. Everything okay?
Change the slide. They don't see the updated slide.
Huh. So that means that I can't. Okay.
Okay, you can come out of full screen.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I was going to full screen. Can you guys see this now?
Yes, we can see securing your account against hackers.
Okay, thanks. I was trying to do the full screen thing, but it's okay. You guys can see it like this. Pick a strong password, like I said, that you don't use anywhere else. So turn on 2-factor authentication. That's a setting that is in most social media accounts. Facebook, Instagram. Honestly, I think at least all the social media accounts that we work with, they have that option. It can be a hassle and a pain if you don't... if you like lose your phone or if you change your number. So you want to make sure that you're keeping up with that. So you select that option, and what that means is anytime that there's a suspicious login, it'll send you that site will send you a code to your phone, and it'll be up to you to say, okay, did you allow it or you didn't allow it? It's a 2-step process to signing into your account, but by doing so, that prevents hackers and other people from being able to steal your account and then get away with it. We've worked with clients who didn't have that, where their accounts they weren't able to be retrieved. And then we have clients like Ayla where we were able to retrieve it because although we missed, I can say that we missed the 2-step authentication. And that was because we had multiple people running the account. So we figured out, our own system, but now that can't happen. But what I can say is because it was connected to an email and because there was, screenshots and different stuff, we were able to communicate with Instagram like, hey, this account is real. It belongs to so and so, and we didn't deserve to be disabled. So 3, make sure your email account is secure. You want to pick an email that is not associated to your bills, that people don't have access to, that you have access to, and that password and your social media passwords are not the same. That way, you can secure if you ever need to, click the forgot password option, or if you ever have a problem, Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, all of them will communicate with you through that email. So making sure that your email account is secure is definitely key. Revoke access to suspicious third-party apps. Okay, that's another thing. So there are a lot of apps like Hootsuite. There are a lot of apps on Facebook like games like Sims and third-party apps basically that people connect to unknowingly, even your website, for example. And what you don't realize is that by giving that site access, if they're ever compromised, you're compromised as well. So you want to revoke access to that unless you're really paying attention to what's going on to your account. And also, if they allow you to still keep the 2-factor authentication, if they're still able to work with your account despite that, then okay, that's safe. But most of them don't. So you want to make sure that you revoke access to any accounts that currently have it unless it's something necessary and something that's secure, like a site that's secure. And save your backup passwords. So now Facebook and Instagram specifically, they allow you to have backup codes. And if you save those backup codes, if you're ever in a bind where you can't remember your password, or if there's just an issue and you can't log in, those backup codes help you, sign in without a problem. And it's normally like 5. Okay. A big one. Overcoming creative blocks. So we all experience this at some point. It is important to make a conscious decision to always keep your brand's mission at the forefront of your thinking. So that means posting like your business depends on it. That I think is a mouthful. I don't know about y'all, but there are many days that I get up and I don't want to post on my personal account, my business account, or the client's account. But what I had to tell myself, because I'm still a work in progress, just like I have to tell the clients, is that you want to post like your business depends on it. The main thing when it comes to overcoming creative blocks is learning a system. Approaching social media more with a strategy mindset, right? Or a strategical mindset. So here are a few content ideas. Number 1, educational posts. So let's say I know we have someone who has a sugar waxing company, right? So for example, an educational post for you would be explaining maybe the type of product that you use. Why is sugar waxing, more important than regular waxing? What are the benefits of that? That is considered an educational post. And that includes services or products. It doesn't just have to mean like you have, a specific product that you're selling. Let's say you are a resume builder. You want to make sure that when you post, if you have a creative block or whatever, or you're lacking ideas, you post something educational like, hey, I create resumes. Did you know that resumes are the gateway to you, securing a job? That's an example of an educational post. Products and services. So always sell yourself, right? If you have another creative block, post that shirt that you're selling. Post that book. Just post it. Post the price. Keep it simple. Make it something specifically about that product or service. 3, reviews. Reviews is something that I personally have started posting more on my personal page as well as our business accounts because honestly, I feel like reviews is a major factor when it comes to other people doing business with you. And although that sucks, although people should just want to hire you because you're great, let's be honest, that's not always the case. Sometimes consumers need to see that other people have worked with you and that their experience has been, favorable or whatever. So you want to make sure that you post your reviews. That can be from Google, a text message, a tweet. If you guys noticed from my other slide, I used the client Deja. I used her tweet as an example of a review because it is. I would say just be creative with it. 4, lifestyle. Lifestyle shots include what you do on your daily. So if you're ever in that creative block again, go through your camera. You know what I'm saying? Go through your photo albums and see, okay, did I post something with Uncle Nearest? Let me just give them a shout out so I could get a repost. Or, was I chilling on the yacht? Because I really, my mind, I can't come up with something. So let me just share a little bit about me or a little bit about my business, like the inside of my business. So lifestyle shot for your business, for me, for example, would be me sitting at the desk, typing. That's a lifestyle shot technically, right? So that's, when it comes to creative blocks, that's definitely something that you can apply to yourself. 5, cross promote, cross promote, cross promote. So cross promoting is key. What I mean is the same content that you're posting on Twitter, post that on Instagram, post that on Facebook, post that on LinkedIn. But the key is changing your captions. So certain accounts work for, different things. Instagram, for example, let's say you're promoting, t-shirt again. Let's say you're promoting a t-shirt. If you post that on Instagram, your caption may be more descriptive about the t-shirt, but you're not able to click the link, right? So you have to, again, tell people, click the link in my bio, or the swipe up option. If you have that enabled, then you will use Instagram in that way. But on Twitter, if you post that same picture and then click the link, it allows your consumers to directly shop from there. Same thing with Pinterest, for example. If you're sharing, if you're cross promoting, what you're doing is you're keeping the content, at a minimal, so you don't have to feel like crap, I have to build all this content for this week. No, some of your content you could just reshare it on all of your accounts, just with different captions, different call to actions, different hashtags, but still use the same thing. Cross promoting is key, trust me. So I created a Let's Get Social challenge if you guys are up for it. So this is a challenge. So number 1, you'll post on your social media profile stories 5 to 7 times per day. You will include hashtags on your feed posts. You'll tag Lipstick Royalty somewhere in your caption and hashtag, this hashtag here so that we can track your progress. 4, you would cross promote every time you post on your feed. So that means when you post on Instagram, you're going to connect your account to share automatically to Facebook, to share automatically to Twitter, or you'll do it manually. 5, you're going to leave a comment every time you see a post that you like from your friend's business or a brand that you love. Stop just scrolling. Stop thinking that people are not going to care if you post or if you comment, or if you like, because they care. Even if it's you resharing it in your story, show interaction with other people if you expect to receive that back. Let's see. The last but not least, we will review your results in 7 days in time for the next class, and we will include a free ticket for your next Zoom, for the next masterclass. So I gave you guys a few gems today, but I'm going to break each topic that I spoke about. I am having a series of master classes, and the next class you definitely will receive a free ticket if you are down to join me in the challenge. So I'm going to stop sharing. I said a mouthful. Now I would like to know if you guys have any questions. I will be answering questions as long as Zoom will allow us. Or feedback.
The one you just went over, the last page, are you going to give us that, or you sending us that, the rules?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and share the entire PDF so that you guys can keep it.
Okay, and then the other thing you said to me earlier, SEOs or SFOs, what are those?
SEO, so that's search engine optimization. What makes that important is basically you want to be searchable. You want to be Googleable, right? So if you type in Lipstick Royalty, everything's going to pop up. Stuff we don't want to pop up, stuff that we don't care if it pops up, old clients, new clients. We are able to be found on Google, on Yahoo, on whatever for the last 100 years, for example, right? That's what is important. By signing up for social media accounts, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook, it helps add value to your SEO. So that means when you are done with this call, search your name and see how you pop up. If you're not popping up the way that you want to pop up, if you're not first on Google, second, third, fourth, or fifth, or even on that first page, then you have work to do. That means that you need a website that has SEO built, and how that works is when you have a website, each page should have keywords. So when people Google you, like if they Google about lipstick royalty, it'll take them directly there, even without clicking the link. And then your social media, when you build your social media accounts, you want to make sure that bio is clear. Either have a call to action on there or have a description of what your business is, so that when you Google, all that stuff pops up.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Shawn, what are your suggestions when it comes down to doing highlights on your account? Because I noticed like there are different ways that businesses do highlights, where they may include pictures or the way they organize the highlights. What are your suggestions with that?
Okay, so what I would say is it depends on what you have going on. We can take our client Deja, for example. What we did for her is a part of her rollout includes like a new collection that's coming out this summer. So we changed her highlights completely. So now the colors that are there represent the collection that's coming out. Now, we've done it different ways where people's highlights directly, like for musicians, for example, when we've had our music clients, we made their highlights go directly to their accounts. Like, so it'll go to Spotify, it'll go to YouTube. I just think it's about, you can set it up different ways. If you want to push a certain campaign, then make those highlights represent that. If you want those highlights to be a place where people can, figure out what your services and your products are, then have that up there. If you're more of like a lifestyle blogger or something like that, then your highlights should represent that, the experiences that you try out, how to contact you. But if the end goal with this social media account for your business is to make money and increase exposure, then your highlights should be that. It shouldn't just be like photos that really don't have a purpose or videos that really don't have a purpose. They should all lead to some sort of call to action.
Thank you.
No problem.
And when you mentioned LinkedIn, would you need a separate LinkedIn account for your business, or would you combine that with your personal LinkedIn account?
It depends. If you use your LinkedIn specifically for your, let's say you have a professional job or whatever, right? And you have your LinkedIn account because you want other businesses to find you, to hire you, then I would say off rip, make sure you set up another business account. Now, me, for example, I guess you could consider me, I am the face of Lipstick Royalty, even though I'm not the only one, right? But I am the face. So my account represents me as the publicist entrepreneur that I am. It's not me like just Shawn Nelson, I'm just a publicist. I'm not really associated to anyone. But we still created the Lipstick Royalty LinkedIn account because we want people to find that account separate from us. If your business is separate from who you are, off rip, you definitely want to have it. If you are the type of entrepreneur where you're the face of the brand, you want people to find your connections, you want people to just follow you and your movement, then you can keep it on the same profile. Dang, y'all smart.
Thank you so much for all this knowledge. I'm definitely soaking it in. I love it. I love it. But I have a question. So, what do you think is the main difference between like Reels and TikTok? And would you consider that like really conducive for your business?
So what I would say is TikTok and Reels are definitely the future of social media. First of all, if we break it down to who are consumers, kids are consumers. Kids are the main ones that are buying music. They're the main ones buying product. Not them specifically, but they're driving their parents to go spend the money. So, obviously adults are the breadwinners or whatever, but kids are the main consumers. So they have fallen in love with TikTok. So they're the ones that made TikTok the standard. We have people out here like even Kim Kardashian, for example, she considered using TikTok for one of her marketing rollouts because she realized that one TikTok by itself can go viral and can help you get the exposure and reach the revenue that you're looking for just because of what took place in that TikTok. So when it comes to Reels and TikToks, Instagram and TikTok both are kind of, in my opinion, like beefing. They kind of at war, if you ask me. First, when you would make a TikTok, if you downloaded that TikTok, you had your logo, you know, you had the TikTok logo. That's normal. Instagram, when you would download the reel, it didn't have the logo. But if you're someone who has high engagement, for example, like our accounts, like Lipstick Royalty, actually, I think Instagram is rolling this out for almost every account. Now, when you download that reel, it has the logo. Now, the reason why that matters is because if you take a video from TikTok and then you put it as a reel on Instagram, you will receive exposure, but not as much exposure as if you would have just posted that reel without the logo. That's something that people don't know. So what that means is TikTok put its branding at the bottom of the video. You posted that. If you're posting that on Instagram because you want people to go to your TikTok, then okay, that makes sense. But if you're posting it on if you're posting that TikTok on your Instagram just because, then just know in the back of your mind, okay, I'm not going to receive the most engagement that I could be just because that logo is on there. And then as far as, is it conducive to your business? Great question. I say yes, because Reels and TikTok, they kind of have their own distribution. They can go viral on their own based off of the hashtags, based off of tag sponsorships, and also based on the songs that are chosen. Now, Instagram and TikTok both have an issue with copyright infringement with music. Well, I won't say they have an issue. They made it a little bit of an issue for consumers. So now some accounts don't have access to like the top trending songs that are out, which kind of sucks, because if you use a song that's trending, that in itself can make that TikTok or that reel go viral. So what I would say for everyone on here, although it seems very tedious, I would say definitely become familiar with TikTok and Reel, because both of those capabilities can help you either gauge the engagement that you're looking for, or it can help you, sell that product even faster if you set that video or that Reel or that TikTok in the right way. Hopefully that answered your question.
I just wanted to add that I got a few clients from TikTok actually, so it does work. Yeah, a few clients. I always ask people that come in through the door for the first time, thank you for choosing me. How did you find me? Should I be thanking someone for a referral?
Right.
So that's Instagram, because I want to know like where they're coming from. So most of my clients are coming from Instagram, the hashtags, and the other half are like maybe referrals from the research I've done by just asking people.
Wow.
And, TikTok.
Okay, so
TikTok, yeah.
We have another person that also understands. I thank you for saying that, because when I mention TikTok to certain people, they like look at me like it's a foreign concept, and I get it. Like TikTok can be a lot, but if you're just doing the basic, like showing the behind the scenes or choosing like a trendy filter or song, it could do its own thing by itself. You really don't have to like babysit it, in my opinion. And also, it's great for laughs. I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I need it, and I go straight to TikTok.
You could make it like the videos that's going viral and stuff on TikTok. You could also incorporate and use it like for your own business. Like if I'm doing sugaring,
right?
I'll do like something regarding that, like the one with I think the hashtag was strong girl,
right?
That was snatching people. So I was just basically sugaring someone, and I had her snatch me. So it's like you sell clothes, then be hanging up your clothes and have her snatch you. Well, she's old now, but something like that.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chrissy. It says you're connecting to the audio, but I'll send you the video from today with the notes. Everyone is going to receive the notes. I don't think you could answer yet, but I'll send everyone just in case you guys missed it. And like I said, I have these master classes often, especially around this time of the year, because it's hot outside, people's businesses start to boom, or they're looking to increase sales or exposure in some sort. So I felt like it's been beneficial. And then I also make myself readily available for questions because sometimes like the same questions that people are asking me, you guys may have, or vice versa. So thank you guys for participating. How did you feel? What did you guys feel about the presentation? Is there anything that you would want clarity on before I send it? Oh, thank you. Sorry, I'm seeing everything now. Okay. Are we on time? We literally on time then. All right, so I'll send you guys the video and the PDF. If you guys are gonna join in on the contest, let me know. By just participating, that's the best way to let me know is that you guys are gonna follow the rules. I feel like everyone will be able to see an increased engagement. Chrissy, who just joined, for example, she started with like I believe 200 followers, and we've already surpassed 500, which is a great goal because we just started with her account, and her engagement has increased also over 300%. So I feel like, we kind of know what we're talking about a little bit, and these small gems can honestly help you. Like, as someone, which, it's crazy to say this, but as someone who suffers with imposter syndrome, which means, that you get in your own way, you step in your own head, like, you do what I'm saying. Trust me. Like, don't screw the creative blocks. Just go for it. Post your old work. Post what you're currently doing. Don't be so afraid of social media. Seriously, it's not even that. I mean, the wrong post can go viral and ruin you, obviously, but don't be so apprehensive to make social media work for you, especially everyone on this call. Knowing what businesses that you guys have in your brands, everyone here should be, doing great when it comes to social media. So if you have any more questions, you can write me, or you guys can just wait for the next class. I'll send you guys the free link after, I see that you guys have joined in on the challenge. And yeah, I'm just super excited. Everyone's going to get a review. So please leave me an honest review. It's the way that I get better and the way that I could provide more resources and more information for other people who join. So thank y'all. Don't want to get mushy.
Thank you, Shawn.
Bye.
Everybody have a good
Thank you
night.
very much. Good night.
Good night.